Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media.
Laurence Gordon had always been drawn to the quiet places, the kind of wild where maps end and silence takes over. Glacier National Park was his kind of place, rugged, remote, and raw. On this trip, he pitched his tent at Elizabeth Lake, far into the Belly River Valley, where only the most committed hikers tread. He was 33, fit, and by all appearances, comfortable in the wilderness. What he didn't know was that something else was out there with him. Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks. Today's episode takes us deep into the remote northeastern reaches of Glacier National Park, where the majestic Belly River Valley lies nestled between snow-capped peaks and rugged alpine basins. This glacially carved valley is home to Elizabeth Lake, a striking turquoise body of water, fed by mountain runoff and encircled by cliffs and conifer forests. The Belly River Valley is one of the least visited areas of Glacier National Park, accessible only by trail and with no road access. Elizabeth Lake, a remote campsite in this valley, is several miles from the nearest ranger station, making emergency response difficult. The climate in this region is subalpine, with cold winters, short summers, and heavy snow accumulation. Temperatures in summer can range from 30 degrees in the mornings to highs around 75 degrees. The elevation makes the weather unpredictable, often swinging from sunny to stormy within an hour. Three dominant tree species in the area include subalpine fir, Engelmann spruce, and whitebark pine. The understory is filled with shrubs such as beargrass, huckleberry, and twinflower. Berry-producing bushes include mountain ash, serviceberry, and currant. On the still cool night of September 30th, 1980, the breeze that usually whispered through the Engelmann spruce had gone quiet. Laurence's small campsite was tucked beneath a fringe of subalpine fir and whitebark pine, not far from the lake's edge. Beargrass and twinflower brushed the edges of the trail behind him. Nearby mountain ash and currant bushes were heavy with late summer berries. Out here in the Belly River Valley, the human presence is faint, mostly footprints, weathered fire rings, and those quiet moments between trail miles. It's home to elk, mule deer, moose, and a scattered family of wolves that sometimes howl just to remind you who owns the place. But the true ruler of this territory is the grizzly bear. Gordon was a 33-year-old man who hailed from Dallas, Texas. The city bustle and lights had their allure, but paled in comparison to the freedom he felt in the wilderness. He'd been issued a backcountry camping pass for September 26th through the 29th, with a planned return no later than the 30th. Bear spray hadn't been developed yet, and it is unknown whether Gordon carried a firearm at the time of the incident. Reports do not indicate the presence of a dog. One thing Laurence didn't know was that there was a problem grizzly wandering near Elizabeth Lake. The bear was a large sow with a terrible disposition. Wherever she was located, she became a problem bear. In 1978, the sow had been captured near Swift River after causing problems there and relocated to a more remote area near Elizabeth Lake. Researchers had marked her ear with an ear tag, carrying the number 78 on its yellow plastic. For some reason, this sow had it in for people, and lately, things had come to a head. Near Glens Lake on the 30th of September, the sow had stalked a group of 3 hikers for a distance. The hikers decided to take shelter in the canopy of some fir trees and scurried up, leaving their backpacks on the ground beneath. From their lofty perch, the hikers watched the sow tatter their packs and pillage any edible items stowed within. Their screaming did nothing to frighten the sow. After satiating her hunger, she left with her yellow ear tag flopping as she went. That night, as Laurence slept or sat in his tent, the silence broke. Something moved through the brush. Laurence likely searched for his flashlight as the sniffing animal investigated. It isn't clear if he unzipped his tent to peer out or if he remained inside, frozen in terror, but one thing is known. His tent collapsed around him under the pressure and mass of a grizzly. For park rangers, September 30th was a busy day. Not only had Lawrence's backcountry camping permit expired without his return, but the 3 hikers also reported their run-in with the sow. That incident happened near the location that Laurence indicated he would be camping, so connecting the dots created a dire picture. The hikers' incident with the sow was enough for the rangers to order the trail closed and visitors directed out. Rangers hiked miles from the nearest road through unpredictable mountain weather to locate Laurence at his campsite. An eerie quiet greeted them there, as well as his torn-up tent, scattered clothing, and crushed photography equipment. Bear scat littered the ground among indelible bear tracks pressed into the soil. Closer to the shore of the lake, they found Laurence's mutilated remains. He'd been bitten and gashed head to toe, and dried blood caked his skin and clothes. Locating Laurence's body was the beginning of a broad and sweeping search to find bear number 78. She'd been the suspect all along with the incident involving the hikers, and now she may have just crossed the line and become a man-killer. After a search spanning several days and involving hundreds of volunteers, covering thousands of square miles, the search team located bear number 78 near Helen's Lake. She was shot and killed by rangers who suspected her involvement. Her carcass was sent to the laboratory at Montana State University in Bozeman for analysis and comparison to evidence collected at the scene. Other evidence sent to the lab included scat collected at the scene and pictures of the sow's claws and jaws, with measurements taken from Lawrence's corpse. The bear may have never intended to kill. Maybe it was startled. Maybe it felt threatened. Or maybe, just maybe, it had learned somewhere along the line that tents meant food. We'll likely never know. She wasn't defending a cached animal carcass and was not observed with cubs. Speaking of cubs, our Cub Tier membership on Patreon, linked below, will give you ad-free early access to our photos, episodes, and notes. And the $3 per month goes a long way in helping me continue to produce educational and entertaining videos like this. Laurence Gordon's death remains one of those haunting reminders of what wilderness means. Glacier National Park, with its sweeping alpine meadows and crystalline lakes, is also a land of sharp claws and hungry bellies. Grizzlies in this part of the world number in the hundreds. In zones like the Belly River Valley, you're often sharing the trail, even if you never see a single paw print. Laurence Gordon's fatal grizzly attack was the 3rd death by grizzly in 1980, but only the 6th in the 71-year park history. Glacier National Park is home to approximately 300 to 600 grizzly bears, coexisting with around 800 black bears. The park covers over 1 million acres, giving a rough estimate of 1 bear per 1 to 2 square miles in high-density zones. While bear attacks are rare, the park has seen multiple fatal incidents since the 60s. Most of these attacks involve food conditioning, cub defense, or surprise encounters. In the Belly River Valley, specifically, the remoteness reduces human impact, but increases the likelihood of surprise bear-human interactions. Elizabeth Lake now feels a little different. The scene hasn't changed. The same towering cliffs rise above it, and the same huckleberry bushes offer berries each August. But the story of what happened there lingers, like a shadow in the trees. And for those who return, that story might serve as a caution, a nudge, a reminder that this isn't Disneyland. It's not curated or controlled. It's Glacier. Real wild. After reviewing the facts surrounding this episode, I'm left with a few questions for you. Are these risks simply the price of admission for entering a place as wild and magnificent as Glacier? Should remote campsites like Elizabeth Lake require mandatory bear spray or electric fencing for added protection? Should authorities install more bear-proof infrastructure in the park's remote zones, or does that disrupt the wilderness experience? I will gladly read and reply to your thoughts, so post them in the comments section below, and let's talk about it.
Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking on the like button and clicking on the bell icon. We'll help you know when we post our new episodes. Posting our video links to your social media profiles furthers awareness, and it's fun. We've slashed our prices in our merch store, linked below, so check out the bargains there while you shop. As a member of our human community, remember to adventure bravely and be careful out there, especially in bear country.